What do you humans think about your impact on our oceans? With the help of students from Springbank, Whangarei Heads and St Francis Xavier schools, I put some important questions to the people. From the smallest bits of plastic to everyday household items, stuff from the world of humans makes its way to the ocean by the ton every day. As the Earth's population consumes more disposable goods, the items they discard, even thousands of miles inland, are having a tremendous effect on the sea. What impact do you think plastic bags have on the sea?
Well, I teach preschool children, and my children think it's absolutely disgusting having plastic bags and that it's polluting the oceans. I think we need to recycle everything possible, all our plastic, so the plastic doesn't go into the ocean and that the fish want to eat it.
How do you think river pollution affects the ocean?
Well, if you're ever having a picnic, your rubbish might get into the river and the currents will take it straight to the ocean.
Have you encouraged others to deal responsibly with their rubbish?
We had guests over and I told them just before we leave, don't leave any chippy packets on the beach, but obviously they do. And it makes me feel sad because I like the beach and the sea animals. I just think they're just people who don't really know much about how to recycle and care.
Is there enough information out there to encourage people to do the right thing with their rubbish?
My whole family surf and play in the water every day. The only signs that I really see are in town that say all water leads to the sea, but there really isn't much information, and there is also a huge lack of rubbish bins at beaches. I really think more information, the better, especially for people from overseas, to be able to see it.
New Zealand depends on healthy oceans and marine environments for fishing, tourism, recreation and native species. But we are just beginning to understand this part of our environment. Are you aware of any cases of biosecurity operating in your local area?
There's one going on in the harbour at the moment with DOC and the regional council are busy trying to wipe out a creature that's come in from Europe somewhere on a boat, and they're trying to stop it spreading around the country, so they have to clean all the holes within the ships all that are in the harbour at the moment because they're a bit scared that that might potentially wipe out something in our food chain. And because we're so far away from everywhere else, our food chains, excuse me, our food chains and our ecosystem is very unique, and they're trying to protect that.
What effects can marine pollution and diseases have on companies reliant on the sea?
It might be that pollution can affect them directly depending on what product they're producing. So if their product is dependent on a clean environment and that environment gets impacted on and polluted, then that can affect them directly, such as an oyster farmer, for example. If their water gets the water in their oyster farm is polluted, then they can't harvest their oysters.
New Zealanders have strong feelings of connection with their marine environment. They play in it, eat from it and learn from it. There is an increasing sense of concern about its well-being and the need to protect it. What impact do you think the health of the fish in the sea has on your health?
I think it does have an impact on my health because it has omega-3 and it helps your brain think.
What will happen to water activities if our ocean gets polluted?
I think it would really affect water activities, because people wouldn't want to swim in a dirty ocean. Try to get people to keep rubbish in the boat and take it and put it in their rubbish bin or something rather than chucking it over the side. Yeah.
How can we help protect the sea creatures?
Well, first of all, don't pollute the ocean, because I guess if you pollute the ocean, then through the food chain, animals will die. Well, you can make, I guess, like reserves or something like that to help rebuild species types.
The establishment of marine reserves allows recovery of marine life. Marine reserves are no-take areas protected from the sea surface to the sea floor, where no fishing or removal of any other material is allowed. Have you personally experienced a marine reserve?
I was the luckiest school teacher because my school paid me to put on a snorkel and a mask and join Camellia Nelson and take 34 children swimming in the marine reserve at Riotai for a whole afternoon. And we saw seahorses and crayfish like you, very small ones, and John Dory and little fish. And I've been there for 6 years in a row now, and every year it looks better, it looks healthier, it's got more stuff to look at, and children are really enjoying seeing a beautiful, beautiful no-take area.
In what way do your students learn from the marine environment that they can participate in?
One of the things that we started probably on was with the Marine Reserves project back in 2004, and since then all our senior students have gone through the program, and we've found that that's really added another dimension to their learning. Also, I think one thing that's special is the orcas that come up the harbour each year, and the kids being late to school because they've stopped with their parents to watch the orcas up the harbour, and then having experts like Ingrid Visser visiting our school and sharing their knowledge and spending the day with the kids.
Marine reserves are a great start to a positive future for sea life. But everybody has a part to play in the protection of the sea, even if you live miles inland. Reduce, reuse, recycle is a key catchphrase for environmental crusaders and can have a big effect on what gets into the sea. Here are some other examples of people doing the right thing and some ideas for the future.
Well, I try and act every chance I get. So I go down to my local beach and I make sure that I pick up all the bits of rubbish off the beach before they get washed out to sea. Because if the creatures in the sea eat things that they shouldn't, then it causes them to die. And if the fish die, then that affects us as well. So I would love to see more marine reserves, because the more we have, the more our fish stocks can build up again, and the more people can go out and appreciate them and understand the need for looking after our sea environment.
I helped clean up a beach right up north. One weekend we had a big clean up on 90 Mile Beach. I think people have to think about what they take to the beach. And we have a lovely little saying at school that when you go somewhere, the only thing you leave behind are your footprints. And I think that kind of sticks fairly well in your mind.
Put like gates, sort of little gates around, small gates around the edge of the beaches, so if a plastic bag can't even actually get on the sand, try and notice that when some things are recyclable, rather than just thinking it's not recyclable and just putting it in the bin.
So it's not all doom and gloom for my fellow sea creatures out there, although we do face some serious issues to continued good health. We want to be here for humans to enjoy and learn from, generation to generation. And if people can find a way to support a healthy sea, that's got to be good for everyone. There were some great ideas in those interviews, and if you would like to learn more about caring for our oceans, visit the Seaweek website and get involved. This is the Crayfish for MPH TV saying, for you and me, protect the sea. Toi ora te moana, toi ora te tata. Healthy sea, healthy people.